Good morning everyone, it's PTG-Gobbo here, back with another video. This time we're going to be trying out painting a 3D printed model, which is a first for me. This one was given to me by the Veil of the Ages crew, and it's a little elf that we've just painted black there with the Chaos Black spray. I'm going to put all the links below for Veil of the Ages. It's a great channel, I really do recommend that you go and have a look it out. First of all, we're going to do a couple of coats of the dwarf skin, just to give him a nice, bright, elfy sort of look. I do apologise if you hear some banging or drilling. It's at the time of recording. I am having my house renovated, so I do apologise. I'm trying to cut out as much as I can, but we'll see. There we are, after a couple of coats of the dwarf skin. We're then going to do a light tone wash, but we're going to water down 50-50 with water. I'm just going to let it pool in some of the recesses, trying to give a little bit more shadowing for the skin there. I think this really helps with some of the 3D models as well, because there's not normally as much detail as some of the resin sculpts, or the plastic ones that Games Workshop do. So trying to do a little bit of a wash just to get some shadowing is a good idea. Next up is the Goblin Green, and we're going to do all over his nice little tunic there, make him look like a nice little forest elf. It may take a couple of coats with this one, but here he is after a couple of coats, nice and bright. We're then going to try and dull it down a little bit with the green tone wash. So we're going to go into all the recesses, trying to make sure it pools in the folds of the cloth, anywhere where naturally a shadow would build up. There we are, we're going to let him dry for a bit, normally about half an hour to an hour, and we're going to come back with the next colour. It's leather brown, and we're going to cover all the wooden parts of the model. So the shield, we're going to do all the leather parts as well, and also the spear haft. There we go, that's him all sorted, all base coated there now. Next up we're going to do silver. We're going to pick out all the metallics, so things like the chainmail, you've got the spearhead, his little circlet that he's got on his head, anything that we wanted to be nice and bright. There we are, it looks a little bit too bright at the moment, so we're going to dull it down with a nice dark tone wash. Again, especially for chainmail, it works really well, just picking out all the detail in there. It helps to give it a little bit of depth. There we are, it's still quite nice and bright, but we've now got shadows in there as well. Next up's the light tone wash, and we're going to cover all of the wooden and leather parts. Just trying to pick out the grain of the shield. Let it pool in there just for more shadowing. There we are, he's starting to come together now. Next up is the bright bronze, so I didn't record it for some reason, but I did the edge of the shield with that. And then in the goblin green. So we're now going to get the folds in the cloth. Just trying to brighten up, keeping the green tone in the recesses. Next up is back in with the dwarf skin. We're going to start highlighting the face now. So we're going to get all the edges of the cheeks, the eyebrows, nose, tips of the ears. Again, leaving the light tone wash this time in the recesses, trying to get a little bit more detail. Next up's the elf skin tone, and we're going to do a even higher highlight, picking out the very extreme edges of the ears, eyebrows, nose and cheekbones. We want our elf to look very Lord of the Ringsy, almost white, bright white skin. And as a final highlight, we're going to do a mix of dead white and elf skin tone, and literally pick out the sharpest points. Next up's the dead flesh, and we're going to edge highlight all the leather, just to give it a little bit of contrast there. There we go guys, that's our finished 3D printed elf. He come out quite well. I'm really impressed actually with how much detail there is for a model that cost pennies to make. It's something that I would do again in the future, and there's loads of companies out there that do fantastic printing models. Lost Kingdom Miniatures, for example, do a fantastic Saurian Ancients range. But yeah, thank you very much for watching guys. Please like, subscribe, and also check out the Veil of the Ages group. Stay safe. Bye.